Okay, good evening once again, everybody. Please, if you can hear me, just drop one on the chat so we dive straight into what we have today. Okay. Starting for one. Okay. All right. You guys can hear me well. So, like I said, um, before we start, let me just give a kind of introduction to those just joining us today. Those that didn't join the last meeting we had, I think that was the day before yesterday. So the purpose of these 27 days of backtesting is to prepare ourselves for the 2 by 2 asset focus model that will be starting next month by God's grace. The backtesting process is to help us um, come into proper alignment with our checklist and trading edge. It will also help us, it will help your eyes to be one with your charts. Um, it will give you focus, and then it will give you a bigger perspective of what each asset they move, the way they react to different smart money plays, the way they obey our checklist, the way they defile our checklist. It will just give you the purpose of this is not to see if we are right or wrong. It's just to flow with what the market is doing. Okay, why is this guy moving like this? Why is there a break of structure? Why is price turning back from where it's turning back from now? So these are the things that we'll be, just checking and seeing. And like I said, it's going to be one asset per day. By God's grace, if we can have our way, a session should not be more than 1 hour. If we can have our way around it so that we can just go through most of these synthetic assets. Most of them started 2016, 2017. So it's something that we can easily backtest using higher time frames. And then we can even go to the lower time frames to check if we have time to check why price turned back or why price reacted and stuff like that. So I have a lot of volunteers that will be joining me in this back testing sessions where we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just have five more slots to go. I mean 5 more slots left. We have the jump series. We have the jump series available for anyone that is willing to back. What I'm doing today is what you'll be doing. It's nothing difficult. I mean, it's nothing difficult. Once you have a system, you have a good location or environment that can afford you to make calls, then you are good to go. We are 700 here. I'm not expecting this thing to drag like this. I mean, we are 700 plus, and we are finding it difficult to get just 57 volunteers to take this session. We've been having different sessions for the past 2-3 months now, and I want to believe we all should be used to how we do this thing. So that's why I'm doing this today. That's why I'm starting first, so that we always see how it's being done. So for those that are afraid of coming live, coming out to do this, it's not something difficult at all. It's the same thing that I'm going to do today that you guys will be doing. You can even do more better than I will be doing today. So the first set is the volatility 10. We are picking the asset based on please let's mute ourselves, please. We are picking the asset based on their level of their index number, how they were named. So V assets will be starting from 10, they will move to 10x, they will move to 25, 25x, 50, 50x, 75, 75x, 100, 100x, 200, 200x, 300x, range break 100, range break 200. They will move to step index, they will move to boom 300, boom 500, boom 1000, crash 300, crash 500, crash 1000, jump 10, jump 25, jump 50, jump 75, and jump 100. Now, as we are doing this back testing, I'm not expecting everybody to be trading all these assets at the same time. I'm not expecting everybody to be trading all these assets. In fact, this is the first time I will be going all out to look at, like, giving my time to look at all the assets. Like, this is the first time, so I know it's going to be a game changer for me too. So I'm putting in my best because I know I will surely benefit from the backtesting session. To help your eyes be in one with your chart. So let's go straight to the chart. If you can see my chart, I believe you can see my chart. This is V10, volatility 10. So starting from the monthly may not give you a proper view of what the market is doing, but from what you are seeing here, you should know that this market has been a bearish market from onset. It's been a bearish market from onset. So price came down from here, from a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. But now we are seeing a break of structure here, which signifies that we may be buying this asset for a long time. If you are seeing what I'm seeing, it signifies that we may be buying this asset for a long time. Why am I saying this? There's a break of structure on the monthly time frame. That's a very, very powerful time frame. How do I know that there's a break of structure on the monthly time frame? Let me switch to my live chart for you to see, and then zoom out. You can see this, guys. You can see this. You can see this. Let me see. See where price touched. Let me use the horizontal line. The last structural point is here, and then price touched here. Looking at it very carefully, you will see that there is a gap. Line chart shows you that price moved beyond the previous lower high. So I'm feeling, and I know that this may probably be the end of the long-term bullish move that has been happening. You can see a clean sweep from here, guys. This is a clean sweep, and then this guy broke structure. So if you can find your way around here and then just find a good entry somewhere around here, we're gonna ride this guy up because I know it may likely come here. The guy may likely come here. Why do I know that? This is an imbalance on monthly. This is market analysis. This is not what we're here to do, but I'm just showing you this. This is just by the side. There's an imbalance here, guys. There's an imbalance here. And if I move to a lower time frame, it will be more clearer. You see, guys. So it's been bearish all the while, but now we are seeing a break of structure upward, and then this break of structure, we are seeing a cube here. Can you see what I'm seeing, guys? This is the weekly now. We are seeing a cube here now. This is a cube, and then we are seeing imbalance here. There is an imbalance. So checklist completed, guys. It's just for us to come to mark this place as our point of interest and see what price we do from here. this guy can still fly up. We are not saying it can't fly up. It can still fly up, come up, and then still come back to either this cube or this imbalance created, and then dive up to where I marked earlier. So this is what I'm seeing presently on V10. So what has he been doing? This my period separator, it is divided in years. So from where it started, down here is a year, and then this place also is a year. This place also is a year, and this place is a year. So let's look at what happened in this first year. What actually happened in this first year, guys? Let's take a look at what's happening. So what's the market doing here? Can someone just tell me what the market is doing here? What is this guy? Let me switch to sorry.
Distribution, sir.
Okay. Sorry, please. This thing can be funny.
Engineer, fẹsẹ̀ dàgbà tó yìí, ẹ gbé gbogbo gbèsè ayé.
So guys, what happened here? Look at what happened. Macro, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay, remember we have the microstructure and we have the macro structure. The macro structure is the structure that is forming on higher time frames. So what do I mean by macro? What do I mean by macro structure? This is a macro structure. What we are seeing here is a macro structure. Okay, lower high. This is swing, right? This is swing. This is structure. This is a macro structure on the monthly. This is a swing. This is another swing. And then this is another swing. This is another swing down here. This is another swing down here. This is another swing down here. These are macro structures, guys. These are macro structures because these structural points, they are forming on the higher time frame. But the fact that this is a low, the fact that this is a downtrend doesn't mean you won't see higher highs and higher lows there too. Any counter structure you are seeing on from the higher time frame is a microstructure of that macro structure. So let's take this for example. This first string, for example, this first tier that I marked. Go to H4 where I showed us the other time. So this is H4. This is where the price started from. So we are seeing lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Ordinarily, let's assume that we didn't see this. Let's assume that we didn't see this. Let's assume that we didn't see this. And then you saw this happen. You saw price do this. So, you saw a push down. And after seeing a push down, what are you likely to do? Let's assume that you didn't see this spot now. What are you likely to do with this information? This is H for now. What are you likely to do with this information that you have been given? What are you likely to do? It's very simple. You are likely to expect that price. You are likely to expect that since there is a break of structure here, price is likely to come back somewhere around here, right? Right? But we can see from the movement of this market that this guy just came to eat this. This guy just came to eat this spot. Just came to eat this spot. There may not be from the higher time frame by hour. There may not be a reason for you to sell from here. You may be expecting price, or except if you are trying to play the open of this institutional candle on higher time frame. If you want to play the open of this institutional candle in the higher time frame, then this guy will just tap you. If you notice what happened, this guy just tapped the open of this candle. Let me mark that candle out. He tapped the open of this candle and then went down. But to be sincere, if I was looking at this trade, I wouldn't have been in this sell. Why? Because I will be looking at what price is doing from here. So let me scale down to H2. For example, looking at the price action of this place now, of this zone now, I may be for supply and demand traders. This will be their POI. This will be their POI. But because I'm a smart money trader, I prefer lower risk to higher reward. So my point of interest for this game now, where I may likely want to enter this guy now, it may be 50% of this move. And the 50% of this move happens to be this zone. So ordinarily, I won't be filled in. But a supply and demand trader will be filled in because a supply and demand trader will enter here. Are you guys following? So if this move leaves me, does it mean I'm a bad trader? No. Does it mean I don't know how to trade? No. I will just sit back and see what price will do again. And then we now see that price came here to tap the open of that candle and then created another low. Right? Price came back to create another low. So definitely my bias for this guy is still a sell because the last structural point of the low has been taken out. So what happens? I will come here to check to watch out for my POIs. Okay, where is price likely to turn back from here? Well, okay, I will say this is an institutional candle. When looking at it, we know that it's an institutional candle. So where do I think price may want to turn back from here now? Looking at this place, if you've not seen this move from here to this place, where are you likely to put your POI? Although this whole zone happens to be your POI, but where will you be looking at? Let me scale down back to H1. Okay, this is H1. So where will you be looking at? Let's answer. This is our POI. This is our POI now. You've not seen this move. This whole move that happened here from here to here. You've not seen this. Well, you saw this move, this break of structure downward. You saw this move. So where do you think without seeing from here to here, where do you think price will likely turn back? Where will you want to mark that price will likely turn back from here?
The last bearish candle.
Which is this, right?
Yes, sir.
The last bearish or bullish?
The last bearish candle.
This one?
Yes, sir. The one that started the bearish move.
It's the last bullish candle.
This
Bullish.
it should be your bullish, sir, which also happens to be your institutional candle. Look at this candle.
The last
The
buy
last-
to sell
Look at this
candle.
candle. Look at this candle. Look at this candle. See this candle. You don't need a prophet to tell you that this something happened here. This kind move from here, boom, boom. See the two push up, boom, boom. So your point of interest may likely want to be around this zone. But again, look at what price did. Price came back, didn't feel this zone at all, didn't come back here. So where did price turn back? Let's see where price turned back. Price turned back here. Here. So this is where price turned back. Why did price turn back from there? That place also happens to be a structural point. But because our checklist does not align, this move does not align with our checklist from the higher time frame, you will also miss out from that sell. Does that make you a bad trader? No. You see why we've been shouting patience, 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 patience. Now, you've not been trading from here to this place, but your account is intact. You've not blown your account. It's still in your wallet. It's still fine. Now, between you and the person that is doing trial and error, and then he blows his account twice or 3 times, who is a good trader?
I am.
You are, because number one, you understand what you're looking for. You understand what you are looking for. You understand what your checklist is, and you are loyal to your checklist. If price does not align with your checklist, you are leaving it. Even if it makes a good move, fine and good. It's none of your problem. You are leaving that move to go. Your equity is still there, smiling at you. You are smiling at the equity too. You are not losing it. But now, let's now look at what happened from here. So price came back from this zone and then created another low, because this is another low. This place is another low. Why do I call it another low? Switch to line charts. What happened here? What happened here, guys? What happened here?
Break of structure.
A break of structure. A break of structure happened here. So when you notice that break of structure, what will you do? You come back to the last lower high to see where price may likely turn back from. So this now becomes your new PO high. Right? This becomes your new PO high. And then price comes, enter, in fact, almost hit your stop loss. Let's see where that guy turned back from exactly. If you want to take this trade, probably maybe you entered here. Your sell limit will be here, and your stops will be here. Almost hit your stop loss. Almost. So your entry is here now. And then your TP is here. Right? This is where we'll be looking at to TP based on what we trade, based on what our checklist is. Right? So let's come. What happened? Price filled you up, came to hit your TP. So this whole move, you are there. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, you can.
Are you guys seeing this? So
Yes.
you missed this. You missed this. You missed this, but you didn't miss this. But in the process of missing this and this, you are psychologically balanced. In this process, you didn't blow your account. In this process, you didn't take trade unnecessarily. But when the checklist aligned with when price came and aligned with your checklist, you entered. And then what happens? Price came to eat your TP. And then you are fine. You've bagged your dollars. You've bagged it. So this is a win trade now. So let's move on. What now happens after here? What happens after here? So the same thing that we've been looking at, price came to create another low, right? Price came to create another low. And then you will be looking at somewhere around this place now as your POI, isn't it? But price came and took out that last lower high, which signifies that what? When you notice this, what does this signify?
A break of structure.
It simply signifies that there is a break of this. It signifies that this trend,
A reversal.
this old down, it simply signifies that this old down trend is ending. It signifies that this old down trend is ending. Let me delete all this thing. It's ending. So we are here. Where is it? So break of structure, and then your POI happens to be here. But price takes you out, which is fine. It's one of those things. Losing a trade is part of the game. Losing a trade is part of the game. So you are now seeing this movement now. Ordinarily, you will expect this. Personally now, I would expect that, okay, since we have lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, break of structure, then price may likely want to come somewhere around here. Right? Price may likely want to come somewhere around here. Why do I think so? This is liquidity stacked here. All these points, they are liquidity points for me. They are liquidity points for me. And then this candle, this one, may likely be my point of interest. So drawing this down here now, we may be expecting price to what? To come back there. So you have a long-term marked POI, right? So what happens? I'm coming. Let's even say this is the last. This is the last candle. So what happened here? This guy came very, very close. I mean, very, very close. Let me see if I over refined itself to see what. Let me see what happened. Let me see what happened. So high, low, high, high, low, high.
So I can't hear you again, sir.
So this may not likely be our point of interest. This candle.
Your screen is not showing.
Not just that.
Sir, please, your screen is not showing, sir.
It's not my videos. That's not an audio.
Okay, can you see now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Can you guys see now? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so I, low,
Gabriel,
I
can you mute your speaker? Gabriel,
should
please
mute my
mute your
speaker.
No, sir, not you, not you. There's somebody else that is playing.
Are we good now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can ride on. Thank you very much.
Good, sir.
Yeah, good, sir.
So I, low with liquidity, and then boom. So this place now, this zone now happens to be our point of interest. So you've marked your point of interest, and after waiting for days, you got stabbed. But while waiting, you still have opportunities here. While waiting, you know this is your point of interest. You've marked it already. So you are seeing what market is doing here, and you are expecting price to still come down here by reason of your marked POI. So you may be catching the short moves here, but because our major bias is the higher time frame bias. So I like to trade a very, very sweet and a flowing trend. This may look scattered, but now guys, come here. See what's happening here. See what's happening here. See what's happening here. So what happened? Are you seeing what I'm saying? Why did this guy turn back from here? Why did this guy turn back from here? This is an imbalance. This is an imbalance. So price came to tap the open of the imbalance and then went down to create another lower high. Lower low, and then this is a lower high. So what happened here? Why did price turn back from here? This is not something you can explain. But using the premium and discount zone, if price turns back from there, it's still fine because it's still above the 50%. So you see where you now begin to bring a lot of things that you've learned over the years now. But me personally, I won't enter this trade because for me, this is a very big stop loss. Any trade that short movement won't give me my 1 to 3, I may not want to take it. So let's say you are leaving this guy now. So price came down, coming, created a low, created a high, created a low again, created a high, created a low. So what happens here? What happened here? You see the foul play that happened here. Can someone tell me what happened here? Can someone tell me what happened here?
They came back to mitigate the play there.
The play there. Now, you know this is a break of structure,
Internal.
right? You know this is a break of structure, right?
Yes, sir.
This is a break of structure, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
ordinarily, ordinarily we are going to think, okay, price will just come back here, come back maybe somewhere around here. In fact, you may think that looking at this move, this push up self, you may think this guy came to take out this liquidity and then is going back up. But remember, from the higher time frame, you have your POI. You have your POI that you are expecting price to come and tap. We have our POI that we are expecting price to come and tap. So having a knowledge of institutional candle from the higher time frame perspective, having a knowledge of institutional candle from the higher time frame perspective, you will know that this is a foul play that is happening here. You see the reason why you shouldn't joke with your higher time frame POIs. Never joke with them. No matter how sweet your setup is on the lower time frame, if you are having higher time frame bars, be careful with the sweet and juicy setup that you'll be seeing. So what happened here? Price broke structure and still came down. So what are we seeing here? We are seeing the tap of the POI and then a break of structure. So let me see. So price came here, tapped it, broke structure, and then came back here down. So why is price turning back from this place? Why is price turning back from this place? This is an imbalance I'm seeing here. And I also think the price movement from here is a complete price action. Let's go to a lower time frame. So lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high. Came back here. This place was full. The price came, took out this place and came here. Why? Why do you think price came back here? This is what I'm saying. Which signifies that this place is actually a liquidity inside the structure. Inside what? The structure. So price came back, created another high, low, high, low, and then came up. Remember, you secured a position from here. You secured a position from here. Even if you want to take your 1 to 3, you would have broken even since. And this move gave you more than 1 to 3. This guy gave you what? More than 1 to 3. The move started here to this place, and this is H4, guys. So imagine if you are here, so you cut this move, and then this move too. And then this move too. So in all of this move that has been happening, you we were able to catch only this move, coming, and this move. Just this move and this move. Why? They are aligned strictly with what? With your checklist. And then what happened? Price also. So let's go back to our daily. Remember, we are working with what? The daily, the weekly order flow that we saw from the beginning. From the beginning, we are aware that this guy is a bullish move. So we are here. We now notice that price created high, broke here, and then came down. So what happens? What happened? Where will you be without seeing this move here? From here now, without seeing this move, where will you be looking at as your point of interest? Where will you be looking at as your point of interest? Let's talk. Where will you be looking at as your point of interest?
The last bullish candle.
Where is the bullish move? Yeah?
No.
Where?
Okay. It will be higher. If I were the one, I'll put it higher.
This place? This place? Are you referring to this place?
I can't see your cursor properly. Yes, there.
Can you see? Can you see? Yeah?
Where you just place the cursor. Yes, there.
This place. Let's assume that you've not seen this move. You've not seen this move that happened. You just noticed that there was a break of structure here. You've not seen this move that happened. This move, you didn't see it. Let's assume that you didn't see it. Where will you be looking at to enter this trade?
If I didn't see the one in the blue, it will be the last bullish candle at that very break of structure there.
The mitigation block that breaks the structure.
This one?
No, at your left.
Yes.
The yellow one. First
This
yellow
one?
one at your left. No.
This one?
No. Yes, sir.
This one?
Yes, sir.
But remember, there is a break of structure here. Or you are not seeing this place as a high? You are not seeing this move as a high?
Yes, is it I? But you said which one are you going to? Which one? All I asked was before saying the move. Which one are you going to play first? That's what you asked.
Wait.
So
You saw this move. You saw this move. You saw this. Wait. You saw this move. So you notice that this your last structural point got broken. Where will you be looking at as your point of interest?
That field that you just marked now.
I'll be
This place, right? This place, right?
sir. Yes, that last part, sir.
For
Yes,
me-
sir. No. You have to come
For
a little
me,
bit down.
the one-
to last bullish candle, sir.
This one?
No.
Are you referring to this one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That one.
Because it's the
Because
bullish
they have
candle
already.
that did what?
That break structure.
That broke structure.
That's where their
This move
other.
has been, this move has been mitigated already by this bullish candle.
Yes, sir.
If you
Yes,
look
sir.
at it clearly, see,
It has been mitigated.
came back to mitigated. So broke structure. So the candle that broke structure, this is the candle that broke structure. This is the candle that broke structure. So you mark your POI and then see what happened. Price came here to tap it and went down. So let's say you mark your point of let's say you mark your point of interest here, and then you make this place your take profit. See what happened here, guys. See what happened here. It's easy to mark your take profit and point of interest because market has played itself already. But using our
Yes, ma'am.
checklist, you can see that this thing, the only thing you need now is the confidence to place your trade and leave it. That's the only thing you need now. The confidence to place your trade what and leave it. So what happened again? Break of structure. Right?
Yes, sir.
This guy broke structure. Came back. Ordinarily, we'll be expecting this guy to come here. This last bullish candle. But what? Let me see. Did he take this guy out? He didn't take it out. Price came here as if. Imagine now. See what happened here, guys. See what happened here. See what happened here. So this is interesting. So high, low, high, but you can't call this place high. Why? Because this place is still intact. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? This structural point is still intact. Yes, the guy came to tap it, but didn't break it. Didn't break it. So let's say, okay, because of this move that happened here, you don't delete your limit here. Looking at what is happening here, you may want to set your limit back. Because structure is still in place, structure is still intact. This is our range. This is our range. And price is still playing within our range. But finally, price came to tap that candle and then dive down. So let's say your entry happens to be here and then your TP happens to be here. Price came back, smashed your TP before any reasonable reversal. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? So, break of structure. Our last structural point being this place. The break of structure happened what? Happened here. With this place being the last lower high. But what happened? Let's see why price turned back from here. Few minutes, please. I'm coming. So let's see what happened. Why did price move back from here? Because ordinarily you'll be expecting price to come back here. This being the last lower low, your structural points. So what happened? Price did this thing. And look at that move. Ordinarily, you may not be part of this move, but you've been part of moves already. You've been part of moves already. Now, is it possible now to catch all these moves in the market? Based on what we've been backtesting so far, is it possible to catch all moves in the market?
No, it's not possible.
No, sir.
So if you miss out from any move, should you kill yourself? You shouldn't kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself. If price doesn't fill you in, go and do another thing and look at what price wants to do and set your limits when you see price coming back to your point of interest. It's as easy as that. Trading is just observing, taking action, sitting back to see what happens, observing, taking action, sitting back to see what happens. The cycle continues like that. The cycle continues like that. So all structures, lower high, lower low, lower high, internal, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, not lower high now. This is the last lower high. This is the last lower high. Broke structure, came back down. Why did price turn back from here? What happened here? What happened here? Why is price turning back from here? There is an imbalance here now. There is an imbalance here now. So looking at from my observations now with this V10 now, I can see that V10 does not, most of the time, it doesn't fill up all the imbalance. Because most of the imbalances that we've been seeing, they are not total fill up. It's either open or half. It doesn't fill it up totally. And this is like the fourth or fifth imbalance that we've seen now that turned price around, but price still didn't fill up the full imbalance.
Yes, sir.
So next time now, if we now see a setup on V10, if I see a setup on V10 now with this knowledge, I may not put my entry at the fill of the imbalance. I can do 50% of the imbalance or the open of the imbalance, because from the past behavior of V10, I've been seeing that consecutively V10 has been avoiding filling up of imbalances. If you don't backtest, you won't get this information. So see what happens here. Broke structure, came back to that imbalance. Didn't fill it up because this is the fill of the imbalance. So if you put your entry here, price will just go and leave you. It still doesn't mean you are a bad trader. But if you've been observant enough, if you've been observing that asset enough, you would have noticed that V10 rarely fills up imbalances. And it will give you an edge. So now you can come, imagine putting your entry at the 50% now. This is the 50%. Price just tapped that 50% and boom, went up. Or putting your entry at the open of the imbalance. You are good to go. You're good to go. See what happened here too. See what happened here. Why is price turning back from there? Still didn't feel the imbalance. Can you see what I'm saying? Still didn't feel the imbalance. To took out liquidity, broke structure, didn't feel the imbalance, just tap the 50% and dive down. Dive down. So, is this 10 already? If I see what interests me again, I'll bring it up to you. So it's just basically structures. Just basically structures. Just basically structures. Imagine see this trend. See the flowing trend. So V10 has been buying. V10 has been buying. Has been selling again. So let me go to the latest price action. So what happened there? We saw on the weekly, like I said, we saw a break of structure, and then we are seeing these rejections now. We are seeing these rejections. So let me go to H1 to see what is happening exactly. So this is the H1. High, low, high. Coming. H1. So high, low, high, broke structure, same thing, broke structure, came back to this place, broke structure, and then still took out this spot. Why did this thing happen here? Why did this happen? Can anyone tell me why it happened? Why did this happen? Oh, I see.
There's liquidity there.
Higher time frame is very, very powerful, guys. Higher time frame is very, very powerful. Can someone? Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? High, low, high, broke structure came back. There was a rejection, but if you go to H1, it was a break of structure, even on the line charts. Now go to H2. See. See. From this bias now, looking at this now, you will know that this zone still got respected. And if this zone gets respected, then the POI that is higher than where this guy turned back from, price will likely go there. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. What happened here is a technical play. A big technical play is what happened here. A big technical play. If you are someone that jokes with higher time frame, you will likely get stopped out many times here before you finally join the trade. And then price dived down, came up, dived down, came back up to take out these two. Take out, let me see line chart. See, came back to take out these two, and then created another low. And then came up again. So why is price coming back from here? What is this thing?
King order block.
Imbalance.
KOB.
King order
Imbalance.
block.
King order block.
KOB.
This is a KOB, but there is an imbalance above that KOB. So even
Yeah.
even if I spot after spotting this KOB, I may not likely take this trade because of the imbalance I'm seeing here. Because of this imbalance I'm seeing here, I may not likely take the trade. But the trade went down and then is up again. So basically now, bias for this bias for this asset now is a sell to either this zone or this zone. So we can either see something like this and then a push up, or something like this and then push up.
Is what asset?
You said
I said, what asset is this, please?
this is V10. We are looking at V10 today. This is V10.
Okay.
So based on our back testing today, what can you say about V10? Based on our back testing today, what can you say about V10? Let me hear what you can say
Me,
about V10.
I think V10 it obeys the mitigation block, like it mitigates, and it doesn't fuel up the imbalance, just probably the open of the imbalance or 50% of the imbalance. It doesn't fill it up, and sometimes it plays the KOB once in a while also. And for now, it's on bullish structure. But for on our time frames on bullish structure, going down to test the lower. Going down to retrace. Is going on its retracement.
It's retracing to any of these POIs that has been marked. Any
Yes,
of these
sir.
POIs that have been marked. So what we are going to do now is that I would like you to type your observations about. I don't think I need to advise anybody now to get a journal for these backtesting sessions, so that after every night you journal down and put down your observations about each asset. It will help you. It will inform your decisions about it will inform your future decisions about your trade ideas of those assets if you find yourself trading them. So, but for now, I would like you guys to, after this call, drop your observations about V10. Drop it in the group chat. Let people that didn't join the call tonight, let them also enjoy. Let them see what we are seeing, and let them see the benefit and the purpose of doing what we are doing. And I also won't need to advise you that you should go back. This is not a full back test. This is just a 1 hour session back test. I also don't need to advise you that you should go back some of the spots that we missed. It doesn't even cost you anything to start from the beginning and then just go through your. That's why I'm using MT5, because it makes it easier for me. If it is trading view now, it can be misbehaving. That's why I came to my MT5, the real Deriv MT5, so that we can see what exactly price is doing. So guys, first thing, get a journal to journal down your observation about all these things that we are seeing. We've seen the V10 today. Tomorrow we are seeing the V10 1X. So you journal down what you feel, your opinion, what you are seeing that the V10 is doing. You journal it down, and then the backtesting session also helps you to see where price is going. The future movement of price is helping you to see what price may likely do in the week to come, and then it will help inform our decision when we start the pairing model in stuff. So if you are going for V10, if you are giving V10, the assignment has been done for you, but you still need to go back and see You can't do a kind of in-depth back testing. You need to go back and do a kind of in-depth back testing. In fact, you can hold calls with your peer friend, anybody that you are paired with. You can hold calls with the person, and then you guys should back test together. What we are doing now, you guys should do it together. See the way your assets react to price. See how your asset moves. See the future prediction of what your asset is. This is what will inform your decision, and then so that you won't come and mislead us as a group. Because if you are coming now, we are seeing you as a kind of expert of that asset. Whatever you say, yes, we'll check, but we are looking at you as someone that has gained knowledge and knows what he or she is doing about that asset. That's why you are focusing strictly on the assets. Are we together on that? So this brings me to the end of my backtesting session of V10. If you have any question, you can ask. Like I said, I don't want these calls to be more than an hour, just an hour. If you have questions, you can ask before we end today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, my own is more or less observation, sir.
Okay, sir.
Firstly, thank you very much for this initiative. It's awesome. And so far with the backtesting of this V10, it's also shown that snapper entry may not be that always what's it called, play out. Because most times
When you say
not
sniper entry, is it on lower time frame or higher time frame?
okay. That will be on lower time.
We didn't look at lower time
Based
frame
on
today, so you may we didn't look at lower time frame today, so you may not conclude that sniper entry.
based on just mitigating, and before you know, the 50% you just it's all right. Thank you very much.
You know, we are having our POIs. We are having our POIs. So ordinarily, if you want to do lower time frame entries, when price gets to your POIs, you now go to your lower time frame to see what price is doing. The same
All
thing
right.
that you are seeing on the higher time frame is what you will now expect to see on the lower time frame. So all these mitigations, all these type of imbalances that we are seeing on higher time frame, if you
Yes,
look
sir.
at your lower time frame, if you look at your lower time frames well, you will see that there are sniper shots there.
All right, sir. Thank you for the
Yeah.
clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Um,
sir. Yes.
in my own little way, I've been trading a little on V10, and
Okay.
most of my entries on that V10 has been sniper on lower time
Okay.
frame.
Lower time frame. Yeah.
In fact, currently I have a 15 minutes. I entered a trade on V10
The
this
sell.
evening. Yes, itself,
The
which was
sell.
yes, sir, which was 6780 at 6780. Then my stop loss was 6790. That's 10 pips. 10 pips.
Let me see what.
Different.
Let me see what you saw. 6780. I want to see what you saw. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. I entered through the 15 minutes.
Yeah. 6780, right?
Yes, sir.
15 minutes. This is 15 minutes. So this is my 15 minutes, and this my arrow is where you entered. So can you tell us why you entered, sir?
Yeah, if you go to the point of my POI.
Okay. I see why you entered. I see.
Uh-huh.
I see why you entered. I see why you entered.
Oh, you have seen the side I entered. So
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
15 minutes now, I looked at that side. I saw there was an engulfing engulfing bar at the left hand. So I just put my 6780 at that very side. So at least in the little way I've been doing V10 on smaller time frame, I observed that the sniper entries have been kind of been working. That's one thing. Then another thing I want
lower time frames.
yes, sir. Then another thing I want to talk about is that something I'm observing this evening now is that I think V10 is a very good trendy market. In other words, if the market is buying, just put buy. If the market is selling, just put sell. I've not tried it before, but I'm just looking at the graph and I'm just trying to like observe, okay, that means if this market actually wants to start selling, it sells. Yes, I mean, it basically, I would say it keeps to its trend. Though I have to backtest it to actually come up with something that is complete. Yes. So that's just my observation.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Can we know why you entered the trade, sir?
Huh?
I think he entered because of this one. I think he entered because of this 1 hour setup.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah, very correct, sir.
Is this why you entered?
Yes, sir. Very correct. Very correct.
Okay, someone is talking. Can you see why he entered now? Yes, we are hearing you. We can hear you, sir.
All right, sir. I just want to put some things in perspective for us, right? First and foremost, because these VIX tend to, some of my guys were looking to sell also from that area, but I told them not to sell, but that it was not going to hold. And I'm going to go back to the reason why. But first, I think I would like to say that we really need to define what sniper entries are, because I think we are all getting the concept wrong that sniper entries are like a concept on its own that you can see in the market. No, sniper entries just talks about you having an entry that has little or no drawdown, and so that entry could either be at the 50% of an imbalance, or the open of an imbalance, or complete fill of an imbalance, or the open of an institutional candle, or the 50% of an institutional candle. If you have your entry at maybe one of these areas and checklist, then, and price respects it actually, then it can give you a sniper entry. So I think that we need to understand, because I've been hearing maybe, yeah.
I think it was a sniper.
Okay, so maybe we've been feeling like, maybe an asset can respond to sniper entries. It is really not, in that sense, right? So I wanted to put that in perspective, that you only get sniper entries when price plays exactly where you were looking to play. If price doesn't play exactly, it's either you are in drawdown, or your trade hits stop loss, or it goes your way eventually. All right, so I needed to put that in perspective. Now, the second reason why I said I saw this but I knew it wasn't going to hold was, I think, okay, it was not in this boot camp, but I thought on internal and external liquidities, right? And I said that before you take a trade on any time frame, the very first thing you should do to ascertain that your structural point that you are looking at is not an internal liquidity is to go to a time frame higher than your current time frame. So if this is H1, before I play that structural point, I will go to H4 to see the actual range on H4. Now, if I
Okay,
don't
bro.
see it clearly, I will go to the daily time frame to see the actual range. Now, if we go to the daily time frame on this guy, you would notice that first we had like a break of structure to the upside, but then price didn't close above the previous high that we were looking at. Price didn't. It just wicked out and then still respected that particular high. Now, when price respected that particular high, there was something that happened again. Price broke structure back to the downside on the daily time frame, if you check. So when price broke structure back to the downside, you would see that price actually came to mitigate that daily institutional candle. If Havilah can show us the daily time frame.
This is the daily.
Yes, just help us like zoom in a bit to current price action. Yeah, exactly. So we can see that price actually came into that last institutional candle on the daily and started buying up. Like, it was so clear. So if you had seen this, the H1 structure that you were looking to play did not appear on the daily time frame. So instead of selling from there, you wouldn't have sold from there. Rather, you would have either been looking to sell from maybe that daily smart money cube or the daily institutional candle. So what you guys were playing was internal liquidity, and because price is fractal, right? This is one thing we must understand. We must really understand the fractal nature of price. I taught it when I taught on accumulations and distributions. Price is fractal. So if on the daily time frame the structure is bullish and price is coming down to create a new higher low, if you go down to a time frame like H1 or even H4, you would be seeing a break of structure and you start seeing lower highs and lower lows, indicating a bearish trend. But does that mean that the daily time frame has now broken structure to be bearish? No. So like Havilah said, higher time frame is king. Do not joke with what you have on the higher time frame, because it will save you a lot from internal liquidity. Do we understand this, guys?
Thank you very much. Very clear, sir.
Yeah, so
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much.
yes, sir.
Like I said, there is a need to have a good knowledge of the relationship between your higher time frames and the lower time frames. I don't know whether we talked about the micro and the macro structure during the bootcamp. It's something that you need to learn also, because this is something that will help you. A bullish trend, when it comes to the higher time frame, a bullish trend on your higher time frame, we also have series of lower highs and lower lows when you come to your lower time frame. So if you are following your lower highs and lower lows on the lower time frame, when the order flow on the daily is bullish, you will get trapped in it. So always understand what your higher time frame is saying. It is what your higher time frame is saying that should inform what you will go and do when you go to your lower time frame. If I want to start analysis, I don't even go to monthly or weekly. I go to daily. What is this guy saying on daily? I don't joke with my daily. I don't joke with it. If my daily is showing me a sell and I'm seeing buy setups on H1 and H4, I won't take it. Because at the end of the day, I will bite my fingers. It's just like Keke Napep trying to drag with Dangote trailer. You will get yourself crushed. So thank you very much for that observation. Thank you very much, sir. Any other thing before we end the session for tonight? Meanwhile, Coach Dami will be taking the session tomorrow, so you guys will really enjoying. You'll be taking the V10 1X. So you guys should not miss any of these backtesting sessions. It's not something you guys should miss. You shouldn't miss it at all. It will help you. See what we've learned about V10 today now. Today alone now. What you've learned today alone now, if you want to focus on V10 alone, it's enough to take you through your trading career. If you are focusing alone on V10, VIX10. So, in the absence of no other question, I would like to end this call. And then, like I said, you guys should drop whatever you've learned on the group for others to also participate.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think I need to tell him thank you because when he just did that, I just went to the higher time frame and I saw that he's actually bullish. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Where we
So I'm actually thanking him for the correction that he has made because I just went to higher time frame and I saw that it's actually bullish. But what I wanna
is he on daily?
Sir? Yes, on daily.
Is he on daily or what? Okay.
On daily. Well, on daily, what I now saw was that I saw a high, then a break of structure, a higher high. So naturally, if it comes back, it's coming down to mitigate or for it to start going up. But what I want to ask now is, like on this V10, I see it's bullish. When will be the right? When will be the right time to enter that bullish entry?
You have to wait for a reversal. All these things you are seeing, price can still come to any of these places, any of these points of interest that we have.
Okay.
What we are seeing now is like price pushing out of a pipe. The extent now, nobody knows.
Okay.
Nobody knows the extent now. You understand? Price can decide to even turn back from where it is now. You get? Price can decide to turn back from here also. Price can decide to turn back. See this move. Look at this move. See this long move. See this long move. You wouldn't have known where price would. You wouldn't have known where price would turn back now. You would have known. So it's at the discretion of price to turn back from wherever it wants to turn back from. So what you just need to watch out for is your checklist that aligns with what your daily is saying.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. So, thank you very much, everybody. See you guys again tomorrow by
Thank you, sir.
grace.
Thank you for the session, sir.
Coach Havilah and Coach Gami, thank you.
God bless.
Bless you. Really learned a lot.